on the internet, finding great factoids. I don't know about y'all. I've learned a lot from Denny's facts. I really have. Bicycle face, always one of my go-to stories at a party.
I'm glad you always tout the bicycle face.
That story, it shocked me. Sweet Denny's gives us his factoids. Vicky, our educator, she grades him. If she loves it, she gives him an A. If she hates it, she's been known to give the F.
Yes.
Sweet Denny's.
And it's always harsh.
Center stage is yours.
All right, let's see here. So we were talking earlier. You mentioned PhDs, and I found this crazy fact. It was from 2018. Anywhere from 40,000 to 45,000 PhDs are given out each year in the U.S. However, over 50,000 fake PhDs are given out by diploma mills. That means half the people who claim to have a PhD actually have a fake one. Wow. Pretty scary, so it makes you want to definitely take somebody's word.
Vicky?
Well, I know somebody working on their PhD, so
Yeah.
we're going to have to come up with some proof. It's real.
Wouldn't that be something if we found out Beckett was the biggest scammer? This was all he don't work in Wellington. He don't know shit about horses.
No.
One of my professors told us on the first day of class, you guys will all be doctors, you just won't be able to help anyone. Totally deflated our ego on the first day.
Damn.
I know.
I don't know if I like that kind of attitude. I get you gotta be a tough ass. But
Well, he was a PhD himself, so.
But most PhDs are dicks.
They are. Well, technically, I'm getting a DBA. It's a Doctor of Business Administration.
Oh,
So.
well, look at that. Well, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a C coming in.
Damn.
But it's
Yeah.
topical.
THC.
It's topical because they have a congressman newly elected in New York that lied about everything. Lied about his education, lied about where he played sports, lied about, literally everything. It's not like there's a difference between padding your resume, making your best foot forward, to literally lying about everything.
I know a guy. He got married to a woman who said she was this big University of Florida tennis star and all this stuff, and she's this big. She had all these accolades as a tennis player, but she couldn't play anymore because she got injured. And long story short, she never played tennis. She never went to University of Florida. She made fake diplomas. They got married. He found all this out a year and a half after they got married. He thought all of this was a real. He thought he married this woman, and all of it was a lie. And now he's married to her. What do you do during something like that? Something like that would weird me out to a point where I go, do I even know you?
That's diabolical.
Well, she begged him after. I only did that because I wanted to get you to like me. Everything else is real. Everything else is real. Please love me. I'm so sorry. They throw themselves on the sword, Vicky. Do you get a divorce after? Everything else is great. Because he even said, he goes, I love her. We get along, but that part of her life was all a lie.
Right.
And she went so deep in on the lie to the point where he would go back with stories she would tell him, and she didn't even need to tell those stories.
Well, I've had those problems in a relationship. I'm like, I've told the person I'm in a relationship with, if what I'm asking you about is true, I can get past it.
If it's true, yeah.
But if you're lying about lying, which I'm pretty confident you are, it's a big problem because it makes me question everything else I trusted you on, right?
It puts that doubt in there.
And if I'm being honest, I have to do sometimes degree checks for employment, and I've been tempted to do it in dating.
You should always Google who you're.
I don't Google. There's actually a diploma clearinghouse for employers to verify graduation.
I agree, and that's even a deeper, specific level. But what I'm saying is, if you would start talking in today's day and age, you start talking to somebody, look their ass up.
Oh, yeah.
Look them up.
So I'll
trust me.
I'll take a step further. I actually through real estate, I have to do background checks sometimes for like tenant screening, whatever. So I subscribe to a background check thing that is relatively pricey, but it's part of my business. So I've run people through it. I can see traffic tickets. I can see past address, phone numbers, everything. You know?
Vicky, I'm interested of hearing what you you get married to a guy and you guys are in love with each other. Same kind of a scenario, but you find out he lied about where he went to college. Even if it's a lie to where it doesn't affect you guys on a intimate level, but it is a big lie he said that is from his past, and he doubled down on it and went in. If you're married, do you think about divorce?
Absolutely, because the lie was a manipulation. So if they're willing to manipulate you from day A, it's going to continue.
I like that.
Even if they throw themselves on the sword, Vicky, I just you're so hot. You do all that psychic reading shit. It turns me on. I'm intimidated. I wanted to be cool.
Boo effing who. Okay.
Vicky.
I think if they fall on their sword, I give them a handicap on it. But my problem is the lying about the lying. You know.
It gets deep.
So me and Beckett are a lot alike. You throw some tears and you give me a sad story, I'm gonna forgive you. And
Yeah.
But if I find out you're lying about the fucking sad story and that's when I'll get. I think everyone messes up. Now keep in mind, there's different mess ups you can't get past.
Yeah.
And I think when we're getting in a world of I married somebody and they lied to me about something, a big part of their life. You find out that Jen, your wife, lies about where she grew up.
She never lived in New York.
Never lived in New York.
Phoenix.
Yeah. She just made some shit up. Do you get past
I would
that?
go, why? And then if there's no real...
Yeah, it depends on what the
Yeah.
answer is.
And if there is no answer, that's even more horrifying.
What was that situation? I'll probably mix up the celebrities, but didn't that one woman pretended to have an accent for a long time, right?
Yeah, there was some kind
So
of...
I mean, how do you get in these situations? That's like a Seinfeld situation, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
How do
yeah.
you get into one of those?
Where now, what a life to live. You have to fake an accent. That's so tiring.
That's what I'm saying.
I did that when we played poker for 7 hours. I did not break a British character. I was so exhausted. I was one of the few times I've slept well after that.
When everyone left, you
Everyone
just
left. I
collapsed
just
on the-
finally laid down and go, oh, man, it's good to be me.
That's great.
Well, if I'm being honest, I have a little JMO. What I do sometimes is I know what I believe to be most or all of the story. When I ask the question, I don't let on that I know the whole thing, you know, because I have to. Because if it's a big break in trust, I was like, hey, what about X, Y, and Z? And I let off enough line to let them hang themselves, and I'm like, that's how I catch people lying about lying. But I'm like, okay. Because if you only give them a little bit of what you know, then they can manipulate it, right? But if you gave the whole thing, they can say, oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But when you only go as far as, like, covering the white lie and see how far they take it, I know it's probably a little messed up. But I want to know. I want to know when I'm in a relationship.
Mind games with Becky. Vicky rolling her eyes. If you're just listening to the audio, Becca told the story. Vicky immediately rolled her eyes in disgust. Denny's, go on with your next factoid.
So we all love our music streaming apps, and actually the first streaming music app dates back to 1896 to a company called Telharmonium, and it played music for subscribers over the telephone. It generated music 24 hours a day. So here's the crazy part. They had to hire musicians to play every shift. Musicians would trade out shifts and create music all day and all night. And some of the earliest adopters of this program were restaurants to have background music, so they didn't have to hire bands.
I don't want to sway Vicky's vote here, but I fucking loved it.
First, it's old school. You can't. Every band had to be a real band playing. They
Look.
would have to play 24/7 around the clock.
Me and Denny's talk about it all the time. We live in the day of the soft musician.
Oh yes.
Back in the day, you had to sing for your fucking supper. You have to have chops to play in front of people and not mess up. We don't live in that time anymore. We live in a 4-chord progression, and
people
for
hold-
popular music, I should say.
And just memorize your lyrics if you're going to sing on stage.
Yeah.
Instead of holding up the phone the whole time, people hold it right in front of their face. They got a microphone. They're holding it right in front of their face.
Me and Denny's are going on an old man musician rant. He played back in New York during vacation. He played out on a stage for an open mic, and he said all these newcomer kids, they all had their lyrics on the...
All the kids have iPads right in front of them.
Old school. You fucking memorize this shit, and you get on stage and you crush it. If you sucked, you sucked. You got to get better.
You do. You just get chops. But it also just doesn't look aesthetically cool.
It really doesn't.
It really makes you look...
Well, what looks cooler, if Vicky is giving you a psychic reading from the top of the dome, or if
Yeah.
she's... And by the way, I've had this for a psychic reading where they go, okay, Jason, let me type this in now, where they're looking at computer shit. Imagine if Vicky's doing that. I think you lose credibility when it's not off the top of the dome.
Yeah, I can Google. Like, I wouldn't buy a reading from somebody if they're Googling stuff.
That's what I was. If you went to get a reading and they're Googling your reading, that would be
Couldn't
insane.
believe it.
You'd be so offended.
I hope you are offended, Vicky. And if
I
you
am.
want, the booth, the rap booth is ready to go. If you want to get and spit some rhymes,
Well, you know what? If Saturday Vicky ever comes back, who knows?
oh, we love the Saturday,
knows?
Vicky.
Oh,
We
yes.
did the Weird and Whatever podcast. We were all here on a Saturday. We all were getting turned. That was a lot of fun.
That was a blast.
We leveled up on a friendship level.
That was great stuff.
And by the way, you didn't sway my vote. That's like a C+.
Damn! New year?
Not a new Vicky. So what do you think about this trade? There's a bank in the northern region of Italy called Credito Emiliano, and it has been accepting large wheels of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese as collateral for small businesses since 1953. They let you hold collateral with large wheels of cheese. So I looked into that and I go, how much is this cheese worth? There's a giant mafia operation that steals thousands of dollars of cheese from Italy every year, and they finally just caught them.
Wow.
After 11 years of cheese being stolen from Italy.
Maybe
So
that's where
so
this-
weirdly,
Feel good about it.
the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese is incredibly valuable in Italy, so they'll take it if you're trying to put a loan down on your house or something.
Okay, because he mentioned the mafia, that pushed him up to an
Well, I
A.
had to look up
I mean-
why this cheese would be accepted.
I mean, you got mafia, you got cheese.
You got
Vicky.
mafia cheese. I mean, that's
yeah.
an A.
But yeah, 11 years, and they finally caught the people that have been stealing. It was $17,000 worth of cheese a year.
Well, people love cheese. Cheese is money. It is.
It
Well,
really
there's
is.
sayings, get that cheddar, get that cheese, right?
Yeah.
Talking about money.
That's right. We gotta get Beckett in the lyrical booth.
You're right. Who knew? You're just speaking
What,
from
what
the
did you give it,
soul.
Vicky? You gave it a.
I gave it an A.
Oh, okay. You're back, kid.
That's right.
You're
All
back.
right.
Keep that momentum.
Felt like
It
dancing.
explains why I paid $12 for that block of Parmesan Reggiano the other day.
Cheese is on the uprise. I know it's very hack to talk about how everything is expensive, but y'all, cheese is fucking crazy.
You guys ever wonder why dressing rooms suck so bad? Do you guys like using dressing rooms?
No.
Or do you ever
No.
use a dressing room?
They're about as appealing as a hospital room.
Well, so they're actually designed to be like that. The dressing rooms are designed to use curtains or half doors so that customers are extra aware of people's presence, thus pressuring them subconsciously to pick up items quickly. It's a psychological thing. Weird, right?
It is weird, and I wonder how truthful that is.
You're right.
Is that someone trying to sound cool, or is that just they make shitty dressing rooms?
Well, so, I mean, probably present day 2023 dressing rooms. I don't know if things have changed or the internet's changed it, but the old school dressing rooms were pretty atrocious. And they said it was a psychological study that when people felt hurried, they were more likely to grab things impulsively or just accept it instead of returning it.
You ever make whoopee in a dressing room?
No, because they're so unappealing to be in. I feel like that curtain isn't stopping anything.
Beckett,
No dressing room.
Vicky,
No, I always thought that those mirrors were two-way mirrors.
I feel that's a place where somebody would hide a camera.
Ponton's hit it in a dressing room. Damn. I can say I've never.
I'm not
Hit it.
I'm not into the public thing.
We know.
I just can't get into it. I get too much anxiety.
If you knew,
Somebody's
if
watching.
you knew 11 weird and whatever people were watching, you wouldn't be able to do it. If you knew, if you found 11 weird and whatever people that listened to the program were walking by the beach as you were getting out, would you be mortified? And if they go, holy shit, that's Beckett, look at that ass.
If two strangers were walking by, I'd be horrified.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not a big public guy. I dated a couple girls that were like real into like the getting caught thing, which seems to be like a reoccurring theme.
But it's probably more about, I don't think they want to get caught. It's more of the idea of getting caught.
yes.
I don't think I think they'd be probably, oh my God.
But here's the problem: to effectively get the idea of getting caught, there has to be a chance of getting caught, right? Like, so that's the problem. That's the problem. I'm like, we shower, dressing room, house. There's plenty of places to go.
Are you getting turned on, Denny's?
A little bit.
Give us another one, Denny's.
So this is just random. If you're storing cottage cheese or sour cream in your refrigerator, you can extend its shelf life by storing it upside down. When you store it upside down, it creates a vacuum inside, and that vacuum stifles the growth of bacteria known to spoil food. So you can actually get a couple extra days out of your sour cream.
Interesting enough, I just learned that because I'm beating myself up on the boat, and that's what the guys told me about the paint. You flip it over, and the paint stays longer because it helps seal it.
Sucks the air. Yeah. Nature abhors a vacuum.
Vicky, I can see you struggling. Because you kind
Did I
of
get an
like
eye roll?
you kind of like Denny's fact, but you also go, did he?
But it's not like
Is it too many cheese?
it's
facts?
not like on the par that he should. That's not that random of a fact. It's like he was hungry when he did the facts this week. All right, because we
I'm not
got
gonna
sour
lie.
cream, we got Parmesan, and that's more like Denny's helpful hints
They're all
instead of random facts.
They're all chip flavors.
By the way, I don't hate that segment. Denny's helpful hints.
All right, we'll split this thing into helpful hints, random facts.
Denny's, great job, my
All right, thank
man.
you.
You made me hungry, my friend.
Another cheese fact? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, let's bring a Joe Ponton to the stage. Joe Ponton. Let's shake that ass.
To the main stage.
Joe Ponton. Joe Ponton is our man on the street. He likes to keep his ear to the ground and his dick to the hound. I couldn't think of I went all in, and I shouldn't have. I know what I was saying.
It's been a while since we've hung out.
So you've been on the beach, and we've been talking about a little backstory here. I got a message from somebody I know. They go, "Hey, Bird, there is a pink dolphin that is in Juneau. I've seen it twice now. Nobody believes me because if you look up the pink dolphin, it's an Amazon dolphin. It's not here in Florida. It's such a rarity for it to be in Florida. And I talked about it on the air. Nobody said anything because nobody believes me. Everyone thinks I'm lying. And then he goes a step further and says, also, this pink dolphin is missing an eye. So it's a one-eyed pink dolphin in Juneau Beach. He's seen it twice. He goes, it sounds like I'm lying. Pink dolphin alone sounds like I'm lying. Now it's missing an eye. You've been on the beach looking for this one-eyed pink dolphin.
Yeah.
Have
I've
you-
actually... Sorry, please.
Yeah, no. Did you find the one-eyed pink dolphin?
Haven't seen it myself. However, I actually interviewed 3 people today. One of them is Captain Howard Tuttle. He's the captain of the Redbeard fishing charter. He said that there has been a few times spotted a pink dolphin in one of these pods. There's huge pods of dolphins that are all kind of coming north-south. They're just migrating around this area, and we've even had the right whale locally seen for the first time since '78. But this pink dolphin has been seen by more than one person.
He says it's super pink. We're talking, and for lack of better terms, Beckett, coochie pink.
So I had 2 different people also send me a video, but they can't confirm that it's one that's local.
I hear you now. Anybody talking about how it's missing an eye? Any reports about that? That's to me
That's the clincher.
That's the clincher. That's the smoking eye.
No confirmations of a single eye pink
Well,
dolphin.
Pun intended. Keep an eye out for
I
that.
will. I'll keep the good one out. for
Yeah. Anything else that you've seen on the beaches, on the shoreline, we here in South Florida need to be on the lookout for?
You know, we had a pretty awesome meteor shower. It was unfortunately during the full moon, but it was the Quadranids. It's a very old comet that came by. We kind of went through that tail. The beach has performed beautifully lately. Great white shark teeth washing up ashore. There's still a turtle that's over near Cato's Bridge, and this whale that's the first time since 1978 with its baby has been off Juneau's shore for about a week now, and it's just spectacular. Every time you go, it's something new and awesome.
Here's my question.
No penises, no 69ing.
No. Here's my question. Do you want to play a game?
Let's dance.
Okay. Beckett, give me an accent. Something sexy you think Ponton could pull off.
I can't do accents.
No, not you. You're picking. You're picking. You get to lay back and kind of watch him strut his shit right
I'm
now.
gonna need another shot.
Get something sexy you think Ponton can pull off. I want to do a little exercise with him because these are the kind of skills you're going to need sometimes on the street to get information. You're going to have to kind of morph into detective mode. I'm going to go undercover mode.
So I won't go too tough, and I'll go because he's salt and pepper, and I think he can pull off the distinguished, educated British.
Okay, British. And now, Vicky, do you want to hear him in 30 seconds? He's got 30 seconds. I need somebody with a clock. 30 seconds. He has to make either the pink dolphin, the shark tooth that he found, or the baby whale scenario sexy in 30 seconds with the accent. Denny's, if you don't mind, Denny's, can you please show the camera or the
Baby whale.
You want the baby whale and the mom to make it? It's the hardest one. Pink dolphin's the easiest one, by the way.
It was my pick.
I know. I love it. You got 30 seconds and
I got 30 seconds queued up.
30 seconds in a British accent to talk about the baby whale scenario to the people, educate them, but make it sexy and go.
So the baby whale. Oh, not as a baby
No,
whale
you're
voice. A British.
you're
Sorry, I was doing a
Denny,
British baby whale.
We gotta stop. This is and 3, 2, 1, British.
So this whale came down from the north for the first time in a long time, and what they're doing is they're nesting, so the baby can have an easy place for it to relax and have a little breastfeeding, because it breastfeeds about 3 times a day.
Make it
So
sexy.
that breastfeeding is going to happen nice and
15
gently
seconds left. Make it sexy.
on the nipple, really working the rim of it. Vicky, stop laughing, motherfucker. 30 seconds, bud. Come on.
Keep going, baby.
So then it goes down and it comes back up and nuzzles on the mama.
Okay, we're done.
That was great.
Thanks, Bird.
That's
I
very-
appreciate you, brother.
That's good.
great.
That is great. You kind of turned into Bill Cosby there.
British Cosby?
And the pudding pops. Well done, Mr. Ponton.
Thanks, brother.
If you can, next time bring some props in to show on the camera. I know you bring some. I know you have some stuff.
I actually found a meteorite just yesterday.
You know for a fact it's a.
I've sent something to NASA.
I'm sorry. You found a meteorite on the ground at the beach.
I did. I can grab my phone and show you what it looks like, but it would be in the camera. I
Yeah,
meant
it's
to
all
bring
good.
it today.
Bring it in next week as a legit thing. You know for a fact it's a meteorite.
It's a tic-tac?
Tick-tock?
Tic-tac, something like that. Meteorite confirmed with against like 17 different ones. How the burn patterns and the entry patterns and everything. It's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
And it looks totally different than any other rock I've ever found.
Well, a lot of times too, they say there's certain elements or minerals in a meteorite that we don't have here on Earth. That some believe that it's made some certain things here on the down low.
It's real sparkly on one side, and you can see the burns, and then it kind of has little gold flakes. It's really pretty when it.
Make it sexy.
It looks like.
If it's a rock, that could kill someone. I wonder if anyone's died from
Oh,
a meteor fragment.
I don't know for a fact, but there's definitely cases of where meteorites have fucked up some shit.
The beginning of Armageddon. I mean, that dog and that guy.
Thank God for Bruce Willis. Mr. Ponton,
Good seeing you
very
guys.
much. Thank you. I do want to play a little clip. I know we are animal lovers here on the show. I think this is kind of a sweet little thing. It's a sad situation, but it's something they're doing when the elderly have their pets. They pass away, and a lot of times that's all they have. There's one person. Their mates died off, and the pet is what gets them through it. And they worry when they know their end is coming, and the pet's not going to be taken care of. So there's this charity that they're doing. I'll let her speak upon it. She explains it very well.
Which
It's about the cat stuff.
I got that. I only have the lucky.
Yeah, oh no, we don't have it. Dag nabbit.
I apologize.
No, it's my fault. I'm gonna send it to you really quick. Beckett, stretch.
I can stretch.
Go ahead, Vicky.
I can stretch. My daughter works at the Greater Miami shelter, and we are currently fostering a 10-week-old Boston who has spina bifida, so he can't use his back legs too well, and he's incontinent. But he's the absolute cutest thing, and he gets neutered on Friday, and then he will be put up for adoption. It's appointment only, and he is the absolute. It doesn't prevent him from getting around. He runs from one end of the house to the other, and he's the absolute cutest thing. So if anybody is looking to adopt a handicapped pet, then go to the Greater Miami Animal Shelter.
I love it.
Very nice.
Beckett, you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah, so my stepmom owns a doggy daycare boarding facility in Stewart, and I was trying to look up what it's called, but she has a program that whether someone passes away that's elderly or someone has to go to rehab or someone has a tragic accident, they actually, like, you pay a nominal fee per month, and they're on retainer where, God forbid that situation happens, they come get the dog.
Yeah,
They
there's
take care of it.
I get it. If you don't love animals or you've never been around animals, I understand how you don't understand, but if you are an animal lover and that's the creature you've been caring for, I can see how that would give you massive anxiety as the elderly, because that's your kid at that point. That's what you're living for, and that it hurts my heart a bit. But this is what they're talking about right here.
It's how sad it is that a lot of people are so concerned about what will happen to their cats when they go. So Lee and I worked out this program, which we named Forever Friends, and I got a small grant from the Maine Community Foundation to finance it. We agree that if anything happens to the senior, that we will take the cat back to the shelter and find another home for it. And it has been very successful and really, really heartwarming to work with these people.
I love it.
Fantastic.
And that's right.
Makes me question what I do. Like when people find something that is so fulfilling like that and is helping so many people, it makes me question what I do for a career. Like that's,
well, at that point,
that's amazing.
It's not about dollars. It's about you have a purpose in life. That the woman that was just talking, she gets up. She's got legit purpose that drives her. She's helping, the animals. She's helping the elderly, and that to me is a rich way of living from a certain point of view.
1000%. Couldn't agree more.
Here's an email from the good people. Bird, please talk about lucky girl syndrome. I am anxious to see what you think of this woman talking about this. It's kind of like the modern day Secret, Mary Lou in Wellington. Here's the TikToker talking about the lucky girl syndrome. And if I could, can somebody give me a like count in the clip?
All right, firing it up.
I genuinely consider myself one of the luckiest people I know. Like, I get the most insane opportunities thrown at me out of nowhere. There's literally no better way to explain it than, it feels like the odds are completely in my favor. And the thing is, it wasn't until I genuinely believed that great things just happened to me out of nowhere that things literally started flying at my face. Like, I'm not kidding. And I wouldn't even call this, toxic positivity, because I genuinely believe that, the best things just happened to me.
I only got 3.
I had 4, but
4. I had 2 literallys and 4 likes.
so literally's almost we're at the like level.
I literally had 2 literallys.
Yes, I literally did.
Beckett's shaking his head over.
So what do you think about that? Somebody just saying every time.
It's such a pet peeve.
Beckett, when I played that clip, you had a physical reaction. Explain.
I've been on dates. I have friends with the girls like that, and the all of that stuff is just too much to handle.
Vicky, what are your thoughts? Literally.
I want to throat punch her. Literally.
Oh.
So, I feel like she's basically talking about this positive thinking and The Secret, all that shit. Here's my pet peeve, literally, with TikTok. All of these fucks act like they just discovered, hey guys, look at this. So you guys know what ketchup is? It goes on French fries and it's delicious. It's red, it's salty, ketchup. Yeah, I know about ketchup. I know about positive thinking.
They act like it's new.
And they really do. And people are like, oh, I cannot believe this is fucking blowing my mind, ketchup. It's crazy to me, Beckett.
TikTok voice is rough too.
What do you mean, Denny's? Here's the thing. Beckett, come on, Beckett. Come on. Beckett.
It's its own dialect.
Oh, I am old.
So what's interesting? What I think about, as much as I want to throat punch the person that did it, it's the fact that it gets.
I know.
It's not so much that person as much as that's crazy to say.
I know.
It's the people that
Go,
make
girl.
it legitimize it.
Go, girl, you're right.
Yeah.
Nailing it.
Give it the likes. Give it the reposts.
Play it on a podcast.
Modern
Oh
day.
my God.
Play it on a podcast to rip on it.
And
Vicky.
talk about it
You're
and get
right.
more views for it.
Look, Vicky, it's all content. Every fucking piece of it.
It is. We just recycle everything.
But I'm glad you guys got the same annoying feeling I did. But I do want to morph into the conversation about positive thinking. And if you really do have a goal on something and you're passionate, we're talking genuine passion. I'm such a believer. If you are passionate about something and you stay with it and you're trying to attain a goal, I always believe you can get a version of a win. It may not be the end all be all best, but you can go to bed at night going, I fought, I went to the mattresses, I fought hard, and I'm there. Am I off on that?
No, you're not off. It's grit. Like I told you this before, one of the most watched TED Talks of all time. They had a study of success, and they looked at money, IQ, like all of the different things that you could think of that would help someone be successful, whether it's in academia or business or relationships. The number one corollary factor was grit. Right? So whether you got a PhD or whether you reached the NFL or Major League Baseball or whatever the case may be, the number one corollary factor, to your point, is grit.
They always say that the people that really are, and success is always kind of such a weird term to say, because what success for me is going to be different for a Denny's or for a Beckett, for a Vicky, or for a Ponton. But they say the reason why most people are really successful, you go, how the fuck are they? They're able, it's not that they're not human and they don't get depressed and they don't get anxiety and they don't take things hard. They're able to push it aside and get back on the horse very quickly and keep it moving, baby.
Yeah.
I think majority of people, I think when they get their feelings hurt, when something goes wrong, they're emotionally hurt. They have a tough time getting through that. I'm one of those people at times. I just think the key is to be able to not feel all that, but to still be able to crush it while you are struggling. And I think that is a hard thing for a majority of people to do. Look, I get it. If you're emotionally dealing with something, it's hard to want to go to the gym. It's hard to want to write a song sometimes or do whatever you do that makes you in that peaceful, passionate state. It's a hard thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think Michael Jordan got cut from his JV basketball team. He could have given up right there. Now the MVP trophy, I think, is named after him, right? And I don't know if he came up with it, someone else did. You know, the person that's successful is the guy that falls down 29 times.
Why's he gotta be a guy, Beckett?
Gets up
2023. What, Vicky can't get up and get back
The
up?
female or the male that falls down 29 times, he gets up 30.
This sexist prick.
Literally.
That is true, though. It's usually somebody who had something happen to them, whether they got embarrassed or they didn't fulfill what they thought they would. That person, I guess it is a recipe for grit if you're young.
The most successful clients, friends that I have weren't Silver Spoon, didn't have a trust fund. I'm running through them in my head right now because I've thought about this before. They had tough situations. They had tough situations, whether it was their childhood or business situations. The most successful people that I know, they had a tough road. And, you know, the people that had the easy road, like the red carpet metaphorically rolled out, yeah, not really.
Vicky, do we have a grit deficiency in the world right now? In your opinion? I mean, we grew up in the time where if you didn't work 60 or 40 hours or 50 hours while you were sick, you were made to feel guilty and like you're a bad person. If I missed baseball practice because I was sick, you start to think I'm letting my team down. That was a different time than we're living in now. It's almost kind of gone the other way where I've got the sniffles. My pussy
Just
hurts.
stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah, people aren't willing to do the work anymore.
You really feel that?
They want everything just to happen like that. Just like if I were to interview every fifth grader, 80% of them, their goal in life is to be a famous YouTuber. Okay? So they think that they're going to get instant success, instant fame, and instant money.
Now, Denny's, we always look through things through our childhood, our youth. Everything we're talking about right now, are we going in the wrong direction with all that? Or is that just haters being haters because we're older? Because it's all about what you want, the strategy. What do you want at the end of the day? Do you want to be a species where we're all connected and we're talking with each other? Or do we want to make things convenient? Are we just hating because we're older? Or is there something to what we're saying?
It's probably just because it's different. I think each generation hits the extreme of what they can handle as far as change goes. I think humans are resistant to change. I think some are more flexible than others. But, yeah, at the end of your lifetime, you're probably going to start getting to an era where things have changed that much to where it's not reminiscent anymore.
You wonder if every human goes through. I just see it with people who get older. They always hate about pretty much everything.
For sure, the generation,
the people that are doing 20 years before or after them.
TV's gonna rot your brain.
The more I've been. It's so weird you bring that up. I'm starting to realize how much just the television, not the internet. You know how I feel about the internet and social media. The television, it does get you from doing things you need to do in life. I'm talking about not your regular keep the lights on kind of stuff.
Yeah,
That's fair.
We all do that to survive. But I'm talking about those passion projects you want, the things you want to do that you know makes
much easier.
Makes you better, level you up as a person. You don't do them because you are distracted by the box.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's words to live by for sure. But
Not that box. It's a different kind of distraction.
but I heard. I heard a motivational speaker, and it comes back into my brain. He said you have to think about in life, what side of the glass do you want to be on? And he was talking about TV, right? Do you want to be on the voyeur side, or do you want to be the one that's doing things that people want to watch?
It's more of just a cautionary tale just to bring up. And I got nothing against anybody or anytime you want to sit and just veg out on front of the TV. My problem is there's times if I do that, there's a guilt that comes with it that I'm not practicing my scales on the guitar. I could be doing other productive things in my life.
Absolutely.
I know. Now I think there's a time to not do the practicing of the guitar or the working on the
And
show.
to veg.
And everything's about fucking balance, man.
Yeah, it's a balance. It's the most annoying word that
It
I
is.
deal with in my life.
But the TV makes balance hard. It's an influence that makes it's kind of like that pie that's right on your bedstand looking
Right.
at you saying don't go to bed yet, eat that fucking pie.
But
It's a weird example.
Why was that pie next to your bed?
Because I was fucking it.
Well, all
I'm
things,
kidding.
all things aren't equal because you could watch Housewives of Orange County, or you can watch a PBS special on the Civil War, right? But by Ken Burns, there's a very different. You could have a few glasses of wine with your buddies and bond and have a great story, or you can take a bottle of JMO in your closet and go down the deep end.
But every this or that Beckett just listed, Vicky, is there a right or wrong to that? I mean, is there a right or wrong or to over drinking or to not drinking? It all depends on what your credo is and what's going on.
That's right.
The whole right or wrong thing with morals, barring the terrible stuff, we all know what those are, but barring that, it's an odd thing of what people morally condemn and what they don't. Vicky, thoughts?
Right. I mean, I think as long as it doesn't interfere with the basic functioning of your life. For me, you talk about the TV. I watch TV once a week.
Really?
I indulge.
KVJ show?
No. That's for that 5-minute ride to school in the morning.
Damn.
So my house is cleaned, all the laundry's done, and every Sunday I indulge in reality TV.
Nice.
And
Which
I have a
one?
friend that comes over. We order lunch or I cook lunch and we watch Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiancé franchise, Sister Wives, any of those kind of things.
get it.
And that's what we
I
do
get
one
it.
day a week.
I get it.
But again, it doesn't affect the functioning of my life because my house is clean,
still
all my
pay.
chores are done. I don't work that day.
And I don't want people to get it twisted too. If you love watching TV, I think that's awesome. I'm just saying, I get comments all the time where people go, "I'm not getting this done. I'm not getting that done." And the television, the internet, all of that is definitely
distraction.
a cock block of legit things you want to get done on a personal level, on a spiritual level, where you go to bed at night going, "Man, I feel good. I did that." I don't know if I ever go, "Oh man, I just watched 2 hours of Big Brother. I feel great about myself. I'm so awesome."
I did
Yeah,
feel
you
like
can
that
fix
after
stuff.
Top Gun Maverick.
Well, that's different because that's an inspirational. That makes you want to.
It was great.
That's a fuck yeah movie.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Karate Kid's a fuck yeah movie.
But I took the Bright Line with my friends. We had beers. It was like a cool moment
Yeah.
with my 6 friends. You know, I hadn't seen it since
Yeah,
when did
yeah.
the first one come out? 1986
Yeah.
or something like that. It was fantastic.
It's weird, those, especially the older you get. I think we do get an autopilot. We worry a lot as a species, and we don't have enough. And I'm being general with my. Some people get it and they understand it, but you bring up even just a small thing about going to Top Gun with your boys, having some drinks. You're going to remember that. I remember going to the Star Wars movie that I hated so much. I went with 2 of my childhood friends. We hated the movie. We walked out of the movie. None of us could even talk because we'd go, what the fuck was that? But we laugh about that because that was a moment,
Right.
small moment as it be, that was a few years ago. We still talk about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the small moments is what kind of makes the whole thing. You know?
100%. And you know, you find your friends, right? Like in terms of like what you guys like and are interested in. But what I find is that a lot of my friends, when we're making a decision, like it'll be a really good story, you know, and that's kind of a litmus test because, you know, I said this to one of my buddies the other day. I'm like, if you're not going to live life and do things, like I also, because you said balance, I don't want to just go to work 9 to 5 and put my head down. There's no U-Hauls in a funeral, right? Like I'm not like I don't want to like just collect my acorns and whatever. Like you gotta enjoy life. Like I'm upside down in my sailboat trying to like, it's an old crappy sailboat that I'm trying to make right. And I'm so frustrated and I had to like spend a little money on it. And I'm like, but you know, I can get my buddies out on it. I can take my parents out. I can go to Peanut Island and it's all worth it. It's
Well,
all
yeah,
worth
you have
it.
something
It's
to
the
show for it.
experience.
When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's all perspective.
that.
It's all perspective. You said that last time I said that.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm gonna keep saying it.
every week.
By the way, that's not my quote.
I'll drink less J-Bo next time you say it.
No, look, this is what the Weird Whatever's about.
I like it.
Yeah, getting loose, talking about our feelings, talking about weird shit, all of it. I like talking about, you know, aliens and Bigfoot and all that stuff, but I also like talking about mental health and just thoughts. How we're all different. We're all struggling with something.
100%.
And it's something that we, without a doubt, we all forget because we all have an ego. Every one of us has an ego. So if someone pisses you off, you instantly get defensive. And I get it. I'm the same exact way. But when you get quiet, you get in solitude, you get silent, you realize that we're all just fucking flawed and
Yep.
we're all struggling.
Yeah, that's
on some level.
Yeah, that's the best thing ever. I mean, if the 5 of us, which have similar and different personalities, have anything that connects with the audience in different ways, that's weird and whatever, right?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
It's weird and whatever.
Yeah, it's
whatever the
fantastic.
fuck we want to talk about.
I love it.
We also got to make sure too. We're pumping up. Denny's got a big thing going on in his life. He's having a baby, y'all.
Yes.
How are you doing with all that? You're now in month 4 with Jen, right? Roughly.
Yeah, we're a little over halfway through the process. I mean, you're starting to see the showing,
Yes.
which is cool. So it's a little bit more, you know, real.
It's
All
well, I
that
mean,
stuff
yeah.
helps. You
The
can-
optics are there, baby.
and you can see the growing, and you can feel the bumping already. It's pretty wild.
Well, they got a baby room set up. I mean, when I say the optics, it's we're starting to get to the home stretch, and May, when the baby's due, is going to be here so fucking
Very
quick.
quickly, so-
But how are you doing personally on your own mental thoughts?
I'm excited for it. I mean, it's kind of cool. Again, kind of like those cats that the elderly people that they find a home for. It gives you a purpose, something to do. It's kind of fun to build a room and
Yeah,
create
man.
something new.
I think the audience probably has a perspective of me as being a pervert, but at the end of the day, like deep down below is a old soul, hopeless romantic. And what Denny's is going through, I think, is so special.
Oh, it
right?
is. It
You know?
is. It is. It's a big thing.
It's so special, and I hope to be in his position one day.
Well, I asked these questions. Come on, dog. With your rad cock, you're good. I just know how. I know how I am.
You get an eye roll. You got to look away.
Look, I'm trying to build my team up. I want to build people up. I love it. I just know how I am. I think about everything. I mean, if I put a pizza in the oven, I'm thinking about it. A baby, I mean, this is a big deal. So I
Yeah.
know around month 4, month 5, shit, every month. But every month that it grows closer, I would start to really. I ask you this because I know how I would be. I would feel myself gearing up to change slightly because I know there's a change coming. Are you feeling that in your own personality or in your own spirit?
Yeah. So the weird thing, I guess, is anytime I guess when I moved in with Jen, I got cats. I
Yeah.
didn't really necessarily want cats, but I got cats. And then I kind of got used to having cats and taking care of them. And then we got a dog. And same type of thing. It was very overwhelming at first. I was like, oh, this dog's a pain in the butt. But then, you develop a rhythm, and then it becomes part of your life. And then you start enjoying it because you now know how to
Then you can't
handle
imagine
it.
your life without it.
They crawl into your fucking heart,
Yeah.
man, and then it all changes. It just
So-
it knocks those walls down,
So
which
if
is
I'm just
scary.
following in the same pattern, I imagine it's going to be very much the same. It's going to be a lot of stress, a lot of worry, and then as you start grasping how the situation works and how you start seeing repeat patterns, you start seeing how things work, then you can start actually enjoying it a little bit more.
Definitely.
Kind of lose a little bit of the...
I think we all agree Denny's and Jen are gonna crush it.
100%.
Oh my god, 110%.
So I have a couple friends, one in particular, playboy, never wanted kids, had a daughter, and the marriage didn't work out. But he told me, he goes, listen, Ryan, this little girl is the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
It's the best thing I've ever done in my life. And he was nervous. He didn't want to go forward with it in the beginning. And it's now it's 6-7 years later. It is now he wants to have another one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I get it. Well, look, when my dad came from Texas, we have a busy schedule, man. We really do. I'm not saying that to, I don't know, sound cool. We just have a lot of shit to constantly always do. I did not want a dog. I didn't think I needed a dog, didn't want a dog. My dad brought Chewy over, and I fell in love with him within a week, and my whole life changed, to
Yeah.
your point. So it does happen like
Yeah.
that. You're not expecting it. It happens, baby.
And Denny's it wasn't like a one night stand, obviously. Like he's doing this with someone he loves, right? And they got to have fun and produce something that will be one of the best things that have ever happened to them in their life. That's beautiful.
I don't say this about a lot of people when it comes to couples and they should be together. They're the one couple I go, they belong together.
Yeah.
That's where marriage, without a doubt, works.
Yeah.
Dennis hates compliments, by the way. Everyone tell how great of a producer he is. He's
Ah,
a great guitar player.
We can move on. We'll move on.
Dennis!
You get an A. You get an A. You get an A for us from life.
You get an A, kid. You get an A. We love you. So now let's change. It's getting kind of late, huh? So we don't have time for Would You Rather. Vicky,
I'm good. Let's do it.
Vicky.
As long as he doesn't ask for clarification, we can get through it.
Okay, that's fair. Wait, you like clarification? You don't like that he changes the rules?
Well, that's why I tell you don't bother to engage with
okay,
him
fair
Because you
enough.
know
then he changes the rules.
Because you
Fair
know
enough.
when you engage, that becomes the rage.
Just
Yeah.
an answer. Just answer. Don't question it. Just
Okay,
answer.
okay,
Focus.
Okay.
It's always the worst case
All
scenario.
right, all right.
Would you rather never have sex or masturbate ever again? And I know
No.
this one hits hard for Becky.
No.
Or
Whatever it is now.
Or every time you have sex, you crap yourself terribly, and that also goes for masturbating. We're talking Beckett, got a foin, honey. She's fly, best sex ever, and then you come and
But the other ones, you can't have sex ever.
well, that's the you're either
So obviously, diarrhea.
really.
Yeah.
Oh my, I don't know. You get a reputation in this town.
Horses for courses. You can find a girl that likes that.
Well, okay. He goes.
Sorry, I didn't give a
Right.
loophole.
Horses and courses. You'll find a way.
Because the other option is nothing.
You
You
can't
get so much stuff done, though.
You
I
can't
guess.
even. You get a bone piece. You can't even touch it. You can't even touch it, Beckett. Yeah. So you're
Going diarrhea.
You're going straight up. Okay. Denny's.
I guess you have to do diarrhea, right?
Gosh, man, the poor woman that you're involved with. Poor Jen.
How about the girl you can't have sex with?
Well, at least you don't date at that point.
Could you cut a hole in a diaper?
Just wearing Depends.
I mean, that's hot.
You're wearing Depends.
I'm kidding. But that's what we're talking about. It's the kind of trade-offs we got to make here.
So what do you go with, sweet Denny's?
I'll probably do the diaper.
You have to do the diaper.
Vicky, what do you go?
No sex.
No
Oh,
sex.
really?
Wow.
You still get the urges, though. It sucks.
Ponton.
When you owe, you go.
When you go, he's going diarrhea. Okay, gosh, man, Beckett.
You're
Becca,
going diarrhea.
Becca turned me because you're right. You can find a girl that's into it or a person that's into it. All right. Wow. Very eye-opening. Would you rather only eat human flesh for the rest of your life? That's all you get to eat. That's it. Denny's. You're hungry? Oh, flesh pocket.
All right.
Flesh
all right.
pockets. Or
Flesh pockets.
you lose your tongue by having it cut off with a sword by a madman.
Oh, flesh pockets all day. I'd eat flesh.
You would so every day you are knowing you're eating. Oh, there's a forearm. Oh, there's a buttock.
Yeah.
Beck-
I'd get over it.
Beckett,
Instead of my
Flesh.
tongue cut
you're eating
off.
flesh.
I'm a vegetarian. I'm going flesh.
Wow.
Tongue cut off by a madman's awful.
Only half of the tongue, so you can still. You can get to
You
that.
lose a lot of the articulation.
You can get to that.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of mad people if I lose my tongue.
That thing's insured.
And there goes the speakers.
Well, I think that number dwindles since you're shitting yourself every time.
Oh, you have to switch.
Who wants a 69 with shit pants? Shit pants back.
Yeah, 69's out of the question at that point.
You're right. You'd have to make changes.
I don't know if you could 69 if you're.
No, you would.
You couldn't. Oh my gosh.
It depends.
I wouldn't even dance near those flames.
You wouldn't dance in the side. 69 is such a pitch for some people.
Well, if I'm wearing a diaper, I doubt that's even gonna get brought up, right? That's just not even gonna get.
You can cut a hole in the diaper.
Well, that's the.
Well,
tactic.
clearly.
I wanted to make sure that
are
still
you
works.
are you losing your tongue? Or are you eating human flesh?
It probably tastes like pork rinds.
I
So
think it.
I'm going with human flesh.
So just so you know, you can't have any seasoning.
That's fine.
I dehumidify it.
And it's all raw. So you cut it and you got to eat it raw, as you guys know. You guys knew that though.
Like sushi then.
It's
Fine.
like-
Ooh, baby,
human-
I like it raw.
it's like human sushi. You guys still
Can
going?
we add beans to it?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
absolutely
Can we roll
not.
it in a sushi roll?
Absolutely not. No, it is straight up just.
Can we dangle it and then eat it slowly?
Yes, that,
I'm trying to get you to say yes to something.
that we will accept.
I guess I'm still doing flesh. But
I'll
I'm
do
not
flesh.
happy anymore.
I'll do a flesh.
I'm doing flesh too. I am. Hey, we're all doing flesh. Yeah. All right. All right. Would you rather? This is a little twisted. All right.
Aren't they all?
This one's all right. Would you rather be buried alive in a coffin with extremely hungry rats, or, and we're talking 6 feet deep, Denny's, or,
all right, not a shallow grave.
you know what? For this, we'll make it 3 feet deep, so there's a chance you maybe,
You can hear sound from
you can
above
maybe
you.
try to wiggle. There's a chance you could try, or wake up in bed with both of your parents' severed heads.
Oh my gosh. I didn't mean to gasp.
Denny's.
That's terrible.
It's terrible. It's a terrible scenario. You're buried alive, and there's a chance of definitely death, obviously, and it's death by suffocation and rat. Or you wake up. It's got to be. I'll answer first, without a doubt, coffin. I can't wake up with my parents'
Yeah.
heads.
I'm
Dog.
going coffin because even though it might be a slim chance, I'm giving myself hope that I can get out.
And I'm glad you said that because there is no 3 feet. It's 8 feet. There is no hope.
What is even deeper?
What do you go with?
8 feet?
Yeah.
I think I'm still going.
Okay.
I'm getting
Yeah,
out.
me too.
I got a lot of grit.
Well, both of my parents are already deceased, so I'm going to go with the severed heads.
Whoa, twist! You got.
And they're already gone.
You got.
Yeah.
So you got buried heads.
Well,
That's
they were
easier
both
to-
cremated,
Oh
but
shit! Fuck. All right. Damn.
thanks for bringing down the room.
Oh, would you rather?
It's
brings out a fucking
That's a great
a
bet.
twisted side. Well, y'all, thank you for hanging out with us. I know we went long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are doing our local artists. Y'all know this is a very passionate thing for me. I want to highlight local musicians that write their own music. If you are a local musician, please send me your shit. The best way to get to me, Jason KVJ on Instagram. Let me know. Send me a link. YouTube, preferably. But if not, send me what you got. Original music. You need to write it or be a part of the writing process. I don't want covers. People keep sending me covers. They sound great, and I think y'all rock it. but I really want to highlight original music that no one's heard. And they, I think that's cool. No one's doing that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
This week we are going to do a little country, y'all.
Well.
Have we done country yet?
No.
And next week we're doing rap. I got a rap submission.
Nice.
So we got country this week. Rap. I don't give a shit what you play. And if you've sent me something and it has not been heard yet, just keep sending it to me. I'm getting a lot of submissions right now. Some stuff I can't play. People, I can't play anything with the N word in it, guys. I just can't. You can't do it. I can't play anything that is so next level where I'm gonna get heat.
That's fair.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
just make sure you're sending me shit I can play, please.
Yeah.
I want to highlight local songwriters, so send me your shit. This week, we've got country artist Jordan Oakes. And Virginia. Someone sent Virginia a message about this cat. I guess he's a good-looking guy. She goes, oh, he's good-looking.
She did say
He
that.
plays country. I know. Objectifying our artist, which we do not condone here.
Yeah, I made that mistake.
Yeah.
Virginia's making that mistake too.
Virginia don't give a fuck. But
Yeah, she
this
doesn't.
is Jordan Oakes. The song is called "Love Don't Walk That Easy." All right. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Send me your music and let's get weird, y'all. We love you all.
Bigfoot is real.
Girl, it's going round and round, ain't getting anywhere. You wanna say you hate me, I don't care. Right now it might look like we don't see eye to eye, but that don't mean I'm gonna say goodbye. Love don't walk that easy. It don't cut and run. At the first sign of those storm clouds, love don't say it's done. And girl, you can't believe me if there's ever any doubt. Love don't walk that easy. It stays and works things out. I can be hard-headed and stubborn as a mule. Yeah, I may be all that, but I'm no fool. 'Cause when you make me crazy, it makes me want you more. So why on earth would I walk out that door? Love don't walk that easy. It don't cut and run. At the first sign of those storm clouds, love don't say it's done. And girl, you can't believe me if there's ever any doubt. Love don't walk that easy. It stays and works things out. Love don't walk that easy. It don't cut and run. At the first sign of those storm clouds, love don't say it's done.